Sydney Harbour is very beautiful, and I think that one of the best ways to explore it is by public ferries. Circular Quay is the main terminal for most of the ferries operating on the harbour. On the right, we are passing the cruise ship terminal. Behind that terminal, we can see parts of the area known as the Rocks, with its old bond warehouses. And there is the iconic Sydney Opera House. We have now entered Mosman Bay, which is to the east of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Another fun way to see the harbour is from the air. There are seaplanes which take off from Rose Bay in the eastern part of the harbour. Before the Second World War, large four-engine seaplanes regularly took off from Rose Bay and carried their passengers all the way to Europe and beyond. I enjoy having a cup of coffee in this cafe on the water in Rose Bay. And this is the view of Point Piper, which has some of the most expensive real estate in the whole of Australia. Now we will begin to explore the parts of the harbour which are located to the west of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. We are now passing the old wharves, which were vital decades ago in the import and export trade. Now most of the commercial shipping has gone to Botany Bay, and these old wharves had been converted to theatres, offices, cafes and residential units.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rydalmere service. Your safety is important to us. We have life jackets under the seats in the main cabin as well as in the cupboards at the front. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the directions of your crew. Please note there is no smoking allowed on this vessel. And our first stop will be Cockatoo Island, followed by Drummoyne, Huntleys Point, Chiswick, Abbotsford, Cabarita, Kissing Point, Meadowbank, Sydney Olympic Park, and terminating at Rydalmere. Disembark at Rydalmere for connecting buses to Parramatta.
This is Ball's Head on the North Shore. It is one of the many parks on Sydney Harbour. Cockatoo Island used to be a major ship repair facility. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it is open to the public. We are now approaching the Gladesville Bridge, which connects Huntleys Point with the suburb of Drummoyne. When the Gladesville Bridge was built in 1964, it was the longest single-span concrete arch ever built. This is the Mortlake Ferry, often called the Putney Punt. It first started operation in 1928, and it is the only punt of its kind still running in Sydney Harbour. We are now back in the eastern part of Sydney Harbour, looking westward towards the central business district in the distance. This little orange launch is a pilot vessel. Today it is helping a four-masted cadet training sailing ship from Chile to navigate its way towards the entrance of the harbour on its way to Indonesia. Some of the local Chileans are waving it farewell. This is the entrance to Sydney Harbour, which is called the Heads, and it is the conclusion to our brief exploration of Sydney Harbour.